and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, with dangerously cold weather moving in, some advice that will help protect your home.
Plus, court action is underway following a controversial decision to move Ellsworth's police station.
And reactions from Jay, where a man is accused of shooting his brother during an argument.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in on this very cold morning. I think this is giving us a little taste of what's to come.
Right.
It was below zero when I started out for work this morning. It's expected to rebound as the day rolls along, but it won't be long, though, before those temperatures really come crashing down. They're talking like 50 below zero wind chills on Saturday.
Right, and unimaginably sharp decline.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen anything like this in a long time.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's Devin Biggs for the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have a wind chill warning in effect now. This is the highest alert for cold weather expected as we are dealing with wind chill values later on that will be reaching 55 below in some spots, if not worse. So this will be moving in very soon, especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. On top of that, though, we also have a winter storm watch on the northern ends of the state until 7 p.m. Saturday. Not so much for accumulating snow, but blowing snow will be expected, though, with any snow that falls in the northern ends of the state, at least through Saturday evening. And also gale warnings now in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday along the coast. And this right here is a freezing spray warning also in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday, as the cold weather and the wind will be causing some ice to accumulate on shore from courtesy of the ocean. So lots to break down here this morning. Otherwise, though, we're quiet for now. The next system is off toward the north and west. It will be moving in our direction soon, so we'll be dealing with increasing clouds today. It starts to pass through overnight tonight and parts of tomorrow. And once it passes through, our lives will really change with colder temperatures on the way. For now, we'll be okay today. We'll see increasing clouds today in general, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Knowing how to be safe in the deep freeze temperatures also includes knowing how to best keep your home safe. We spoke to the professionals at Nichols Plumbing and Drain Cleaning. They say it's important to pay attention to temperatures, both inside and outside, to make sure you don't end up with frozen pipes. If your pipes do freeze, here's a great tip to stay safe while fixing the problem.
I would say the first thing you don't want to do is use an open flame. Using your open flame, you have a high risk of having a fire. We see that every year. One of the biggest things you like to use is either a hair dryer or a heat gun. I would say definitely take your hand and see how far away you are from your heat gun or your hair dryer, just because they also get very hot and you don't want to create a fire that way.
John also says turning your thermostat up a few degrees will help to make sure the pipes don't freeze, especially if you live in a trailer or house with very little insulation. Also, putting a blanket around your pipes and opening the cupboard doors will help to keep your water running.
You also say maybe leave the tap on just ever so slightly.
The cold tap.
Yeah,
yes.
keeps the water flowing through
right.
there. Well, with temperatures expected to steadily plunge through the rest of the week, multiple organizations around the state are also opening up warming centers and are opening their doors to help. One of these places is the Bangor Area Recovery Network on Center Street in Brewer, which will be welcoming anyone in need starting at 6 p.m. on Friday. They'll be offering warmth, snacks, and drinks, and even pancakes the following morning. Executive Director Robert Fickett spoke about the importance of offering a helping hand.
The temperatures are going to be so low Friday night that people who don't have shelter could die. So first and foremost, it's about saving lives. I want to be that person for somebody that just extends a kind hand and offers a warm place.
Well, the Mansion Church on Center Street in Bangor is also expanding its hours of its warming center from 5 o'clock until 7 the next morning. You can see some of the available warming centers right there on your screen. There are facilities in a number of communities around the region, including others that aren't even listed here. For a complete list, head to our website at foxbangor.com. We'll continue adding to it.
A blown tire sent a kerosene delivery truck off the road just after noon yesterday. The truck was traveling northbound on I-95 in Etna when the tire blew, sending the truck off the roadway to the right and rolling onto its side. There were no injuries, but some of the K2 kerosene leaked out of the truck that was fully loaded with 2,700 gallons of the home heating oil. Maine State Police, Etna Fire and Rescue responded along with DOT and the Department of Environmental Protection.
Meanwhile, a 17-year-old from Jay is in custody accused of shooting and wounding his 20-year-old brother during an argument at their home. Brad Rogers with that story.
Last I heard, he's doing good. So he's going to make it.
Roland Purington lives next door to the two brothers and had just left his house when police say the younger one shot the older one. What he doesn't understand is how an argument could escalate to this with two brothers who are so close.
I mean, these two boys are, they do things together. They go ice fishing. They go everywhere together. The youngest one that, shot him, he's devastated. I mean, it's something must have snapped, and they'll get over it. They're both brothers. They love each other.
Caden McDowell was out working on his car when he heard the gunshot.
I heard a loud, bang.
He went to school with both brothers here in Jay.
Yeah, I grew up with them and went to school with both of them. They both were really close. So this is a huge shock to me.
We're told the boy's father was working out of state when this happened. His 20-year-old son was flown by Life Flight to Central Maine Medical Center, where he's recovering from the gunshot wound. Jay's police chief says he was lucky.
There was an altercation between two brothers, and one pulled out a firearm and shot his brother.
In the chest area?
Chest area, yes.
The 17-year-old suspect is now in custody at the Long Creek Youth Development Center, charged with aggravated assault. It's where he made a behind-closed-doors virtual court appearance before a juvenile court judge in Farmington.
Their father asked me to check on them, make sure everything's good. I go over check on them. They're good, happy, laughing. I mean, I love them kids. They're awesome.
Police are still investigating just whose gun it was. Mr. Purington told us as far as he knew, there were no guns in the house.
The controversy over the decision to move the Ellsworth police station has begun to play out in court with the first hearing on the issue being held yesterday. Our Matthew Dronsick has the story.
City Councilor Steve O'Halloran and 3 businesses filed a motion to issue a temporary restraining order to halt renovations after they say the city of Ellsworth did not give the public enough notice about moving its police station. Justice Bruce Maloney rejected the motion Wednesday in court, saying there was not enough evidence at this time.
I will not be able to grant the TRO.
Lawyers from both sides had their opinions on the outcome.
Temporary restraining orders have a very high burden of proof, so it wasn't unexpected, but it's also always very useful to work with the court and the other lawyers to sort of frame the issues that will be considered on the appeal, this ADB appeal that we've talked about.
That was what we expected because there was no basis to temporarily suspend the city's action.
The judge said his decision was also based on the fact that the plaintiff missed deadlines when filing the motion to stop construction for the new police station. Residents of the city were in attendance, and some say they believe this was the right call.
I think it went as I expected it would. I didn't think the temporary injunction would be granted, and I was glad that the motion to dismiss was not granted, and I thought that was fair.
This was the first of multiple hearings. Eaton Peabody attorney Michael Hodgins says he believes the judge will rule in favor of the city come May, when he says the case is expected to be resolved.
There's nothing today that suggested to us that the arguments are really any different on the merits. And at the end of the day, we think that the city followed the proper procedures, but we'll have to let the court decide that.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Dronsick reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the last of the $850 inflation relief checks are in the mail. The remaining 10,200 relief checks, which had been awaiting additional funding, were sent by the U.S. Postal Service on Tuesday. The payments that remain came from tax returns filed near the October 31st deadline. The additional funding came from the governor's emergency winter relief program. The governor's office says they had anticipated a 4% increase in filers, but as a result of the advertisement over the summer, the actual increase was nearly 12%. They say the unanticipated response underscored the program's success, reaching Maine residents who are most at risk, largely those not required to file a tax return. The Department of Administrative and Financial Services now pivots to processing the $450 winter energy relief payment checks.
Maine's public advocate says competition is failing to produce lower electricity rates for residential consumers. William Harwood released a report on Wednesday that encourages the legislature to scrap the current competitive process for electricity for residential customers. Instead, he suggests all residential customers should pay the standard offer rate produced by a competitive bid process. The report, which was commissioned by the legislature, will be provided to the Maine legislature's Energy, Utility, and Technology Committee. Harwood says some low-income Mainers are being duped by promises of lower rates, but often end up paying more. He says one vendor charges more than double the current standard offer.
The town of Orland said yes last night to the construction of a brand new fire station. Residents in the town voted 259 to 105 in favor of the $4 million project. It's not exactly clear when construction will begin, but the new station will be built on Gray Meadow Road. The new station is expected to include an additional bay, higher ceilings, dedicated areas for decontamination, and also improved ventilation and drainage as well. I know the folks there in Orland are very excited to get their new fire station.
Absolutely. It's much needed.
Yeah.
Well, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, some state lawmakers are supporting a bill that calls for arming teachers to protect students.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. We'll see mostly cloudy skies today with a high near 30 degrees. Some flurries overnight with lows dropping down to a bone-chilling -3. Tomorrow, partly cloudy weather with highs near 9.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Today, my friend, you did it! You did it! You
Good news! A new clinical study showed that Centrum Silver supports cognitive health in older adults. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, Centrum Silver.
I went to Angie and typed in pool,
water heater,
cleaners,
garage, interior painting, exterior painting.
For whatever project you need, there's an option.
Oh, I have another project. Let me try this.
Get started at Angie.com today.
We know your life is busy. You have a lot to do. And like you, the news doesn't stop. So when you are ready for us, we'll be ready for you. WVII.com.
You wanted the kitchen cabinets replaced. He had the drawers, but he wasn't going to give them to you.
And I paid him.
Why is it your right to withhold something that she paid you to do?
Did she owe you a penny? Were you ever planning to give her the cabinet unit?
Hot Bench.
Thursday at 3 on ABC 7.
Armed teachers and security guards at schools. It's an idea Republican lawmakers are proposing at the State House in response to school shootings. Mel Meyer has more from Augusta.
I think the time has come.
Representative Stephen Foster says he started thinking about this bill after seeing the Parkland shooting when 17 people were shot and killed at a Florida high school.
And during the first reports, it came out that an educator, a coach, had given his life to try to protect students.
His bill would allow school employees to have or use a gun at public or approved private schools, so long as they undergo specific trainings and are authorized to do this by the school board. This would be voluntary for employees.
I put some stipulations in here.
Democratic Representative Vicky Dudera, co-chair for the legislature's Gun Safety Caucus, says in a statement, "We all want to keep our children safe in schools. It is our top priority. But our caucus believes that putting guns in the classroom is not the way to do it. And the teachers we have spoken with are not in favor of this measure."
And it's not the trend we want to see Maine go in, or certainly any other state in the country.
Lynn Ellis is with the Maine Gun Safety Coalition.
Adding firearms to a situation doesn't solve the problem. And there are many other ways to go around making schools safer.
Her group believes teachers wouldn't get the same level of training as law enforcement.
Teachers are there to teach our children, make them feel safe and secure.
In some of the school shootings across the nation, there were trained law enforcement present that were unable to stop the threat. How do you respond to that kind of criticism?
Well, I understand that. I think in some of those cases, it's been shown that the actions were not what we would consider up to standard.
Representative Foster argues you don't know how someone might react in these situations until it happens. CBS 13 reached out to the Maine Education Association, which represents thousands of Maine educators, to ask about this issue, but we did not receive a response.
As Mal Meyer reporting. Well, February brings unpredictable weather that can contribute to a blood supply shortage. Storms can force blood drives to be canceled. The American Red Cross is closely monitoring the weather, and they are urging everyone with type O blood to donate, especially if you have type O negative. They're also hoping a wide range of people will turn out to give blood at a diversity blood drive being held at the Donor Center in Bangor on February 10th.
I'm looking for Black donors to come out and donate blood because 1 in 3 Black donors are a match for sickle cell, and that would be amazing because in the U.S. alone there's about over 100,000 people with sickle cell disease, and it's a chronic disease that is debilitating and unfortunately does not have a cure.
Anyone who donates blood in February gets a $10 Amazon gift card and is also entered for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Florida. To find out where blood drives are being held in your area or to make an appointment, you can go to redcrossblood.org. So very important.
Definitely. Well, the time now is 6:16. After the break, the residents of Plymouth are on a wild goose chase, hoping to keep their newfound neighbor safe.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
With AARP Rewards, anyone can earn and redeem points.
They're ready for you.
That's 300 points.
And help their money live longer. Get started for free today.
Napa knows how to stay warm. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has just what you need to prepare for any outdoor activity. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are the perfect cold weather gear. No matter the job, no matter the weather, you'll be ready for anything. And while you're here, sign up for Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Starting this morning, Robin Roberts is taking you on a live adventure to New Zealand.
We're showing you all New Zealand has to offer, because after all, this is glacier country.
The adventure starts this morning.
Live from New Zealand. Good morning, America.
Welcome back, everyone. For months now, residents in a small town have been on a wild goose chase. Devin Dagnall swooped in to talk turkey with those involved.
Since late last summer, a few residents in the town of Plymouth have taken the Canadian goose that they call Lucky Duck under their wing. A few eagle-eyed residents noticed Lucky Duck was having problems with his wing and tried to help him the best they could by fencing off an area and offering food and shelter.
I put a crate there and I put hay in the crate, and I've been feeding him, and I'm just letting him slowly get used to the changes. And he keeps coming up on shore, and I made a nest area where I packed it all down, and so he's getting used to things, and he knows that nobody's going to hurt him here.
As the seasons changed and Lucky Duck stayed around, residents became worried that the injury was more serious than initially thought. With the rapid drop in temperature expected this weekend, local resident Steve Dupuis worries that if Lucky Duck is not taken out of the cold, he may not survive.
He's always been there. Every time we come down here, he's been right there and watch this. Oh, he's still here. Says, oh my gosh, he's not going to make it. Yeah. He's losing weight. You can see that. And if we don't get rid of him or get him somewhere, he's going to die.
According to Dupuis, there have been a few attempts to corral Lucky Duck so he can be taken to the Avian Haven, where they would offer more specialized care. But none have been successful.
I've tried catching him maybe twice, 3 times with a net. As soon as he sees you coming, he heads for the water. Once he gets in the water, it's almost impossible to get him.
Dupuis says he is planning one final attempt to get Duck to the Haven this Friday at 9 a.m. Until then, the goose is loose. In Plymouth, Devin Dagnall for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, I hope it all turns out okay.
Yeah, poor little guy. Yeah.
It's getting so cold out there.
Well, he has a good community around him.
Yeah.
The time now is 6:20.
Time to get a full look at that weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have wind chill warnings in effect lasting until Saturday evening at about 7 p.m. as we'll be dealing with wind chill values that can reach up to 55 below or reach down to 55 below at times in a few spots. So, and on top of that, we also have a winter storm watch until 7 p.m. for the northern ends of the state. Not so much for accumulating snow. They'll only see about 1 inch in these areas, but it'll also be because of blowing snow expected as a result. We also do have gale warnings in effect along the coast until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday. And this right here is a freezing spray warning in effect until 4 p.m. The winds will stir up the water here and it will cause it to splash on shore and freeze as a result. So we're going to be watching for colder temperatures that will be moving in later on tonight, especially throughout the daytime tomorrow. So throughout your Friday and especially Friday night, air temperatures can reach down to 30 below in a few spots, especially further off towards the north. So it'll be rather cold in those spots. For the same time frame, we're also going to break down the wind chill values, which will get rather dangerous. Look at this right here. We'll be dealing with wind chill values by early Saturday morning, possibly 50 to 60 below in some cases. Very dangerous air. This will be limit time outside and try to stay inside as best you can kind of weather. If you have to go outside, definitely make sure to bundle up and limit times outdoors. Even Bangor getting close to 50 below in a few spots. Our average high temperature is supposed to be 28 above zero. We'll reach for the lower 30s today. Only 9 degrees Friday, and that high temperature will be hit early. Will cool off sharply throughout the day. 3 below for the high for your Saturday, but then warming up rather quickly, though, with 30s and 40s on the way starting Sunday through Wednesday. So the good news is this cold spell will be very short-lived. Here's a look at things right now. There's snow off in parts of Canada right now. We're watching the next system that's developing off toward the north and west, located right about in here. It will be tracking off towards the south and east, and that'll bring us the chances for snow later on tonight. Then that big cold stretch that'll be on the way, or that big cold snap that will be on the way, especially as we head towards your Friday. But again, good news is that cold spell will be rather short-lived. So futurecast moving forward for today, increasing clouds will be the general idea. The snow will start to move in later on tonight for the northern ends of the state. Maybe a few flurries in our neck of the woods. The sun will come out for your Friday, but it's just going to be very cold with that gusty north wind reaching up to 40 miles per hour at times. Looks like ocean effect snow developing along the coast as well, moving away from us. But on land, though, we'll be okay with a lot of sunshine. It's very cold, so stay inside if you can. It'll be very chilly as you head towards your Friday and possibly your Saturday as well. Lower 30s today, mostly cloudy with that southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 3 below, mostly cloudy with a few flurries out there. Again, that winter storm watch at the northern ends of the state for 1 inch of snow and blowing snow as well. Southwest wind up to 25 miles per hour. And tomorrow, 9 degrees above zero. That'll be hit early in the day with a partly cloudy sky and falling temperatures as well. Northwest wind at about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, Marilyn Monroe Spa's extended forecast. So here we go. So colder temperatures on the way. Friday night, 23 below, wind chill values of around 55 to 60 below in a few areas. Then lots of sunshine for you Saturday, 3 below for the high. But then we improve. Snow shower Sunday, highs in the low 30s and mid 30s on Monday with a slight chance for snow.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
This week on the People's Court.
I need to figure out which of you is a liar.
I'm a 30-year insurance agent.
So why didn't you say, well, I want to buy insurance?
Hindsight.
Hindsight? That should be foresight.
All this week at 4 on ABC7. Weather with meteorologist Conrad Supinski on ABC7 News.
This week on Wheel. This man used to play Wheel of Fortune in his bathtub. How does that work?
When I was little.
Hear Liam's embarrassing explanation. Plus, how about Wheel of Fortune? You're pretty good at that?
I'm good at everything, baby.
You call me baby. Don't miss the fun.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine, and now we turn into the latest with the Federal Reserve and its attempts to dial back on inflation. The Fed raising interest rates again, this time another 25 percentage points, a decision that could affect your finances. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Washington with more.
This morning, the Federal Reserve raising its short-term borrowing rate by another quarter point, the latest in a string of borrowing cost increases aimed at slowing the economy and easing inflation, a move that risks tipping the economy into a recession. The Fed's decision comes just a week after a government report showed inflation slowing down in December, marking 6 months of smaller price increases.
The falling inflation, that's a good thing for the Fed.
Consumer prices rose 6.5% over the year-long period ending in December, a significant slowdown from a summer peak.
Recent developments are encouraging. We will need substantially more evidence to be confident that inflation is on a sustained downward path.
Prices are cooling, but you're still paying about 10.4% more than a year ago for food. The latest rate hike will mean paying more for your credit card. The average household credit card debt is just under $6,500. The new rate hike means you'll pay an additional $123 in interest. Some positive news, the labor market has proven resilient. In December, employers added 233,000 jobs, bringing the total job openings to 11 million, the largest since July. As the economy recovers from the pandemic, a new threat, the looming debt ceiling shutdown. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy meeting with President Biden for an hour at the White House. McCarthy emerging from the meeting sounding optimistic.
I thought this was a good meeting there. I think at the end of the day, we can find common ground.
The White House has come out and said both McCarthy and President Biden had a frank and straightforward dialogue that will continue. Now, the White House said Biden made it clear that they cannot allow the U.S. to default and that this obligation is not negotiable. Biden did welcome a separate discussion on reducing the deficit, but that the two issues should not be linked.
Meanwhile, in a stunning development for a sitting president, the FBI conducted a third search of President Biden's home on Wednesday. They converged at the Delaware property to search for more classified documents. None were located. It was the third search since classified documents were found at his former office back in November. The White House says it's giving investigators full access to conduct a thorough search. Yesterday's search was also conducted on the same day. Special counsel Robert Hur officially began his job of overseeing that investigation.
It's being called the most extensive federal report on guns and crime in more than 20 years. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives revealing what could be causing a growing number of legally purchased guns to be more quickly recovered from crime scenes. Fox's Ted Linder has the latest on that and much more.
The ongoing surge in national gun violence now being met with the results of a new study, revealing a shorter period of time between when a gun was bought and when law enforcement retrieved it from the scene of a crime. The report from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, also referred to as the ATF, reveals 54% of guns recovered at crime scenes back in 2021 were bought within 3 years of the shootings. Officials estimate the spike could be caused by illegal gun trafficking or the legal purchase of a gun, which is then illegally sold to someone who can't own one.
I was just clutching onto the side of the toilet, getting my feet off the ground, making sure I wasn't visible.
Just Tuesday, there was an active shooter at a Target in Omaha, Nebraska. Police say a man entered the store armed with an AR-15 style rifle he legally bought from outdoor retailer Cabela's 4 days before. Officials say the man fired several rounds inside before police arrived and shot the suspect, killing him. No one else was hurt. Meanwhile, the ATF report also found a rapid increase in ghost guns, firearms without serial numbers made by private individuals. Officials were able to track down more than 19,000 ghost guns in 2021, more than double from the year before.
There are certain general approaches that could help reduce gun violence. Universal background checks, red flag laws, legislation to hold parents and adults accountable for children getting access to guns and then doing something horrible with them.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear all the latest regarding Tom Brady's recent announcement.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Belmont Boat Works, Bond and Masonry Incorporated, Coastal Auto Parts, Colburn Shoe Store, Ferriello Construction, and Front Street Shipyard.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Exiting a restaurant left him with a bad taste.
You were holding the door open for your wife.
I decided to squeeze in first.
You were rude.
Maybe so.
And he called you out on it.
Then he returned for seconds.
I get my family to the car. I walk back in the restaurant.
Ah, there we go, Mr. Pogue. Now that's your problem.
I told him he was rude again, and then he hit me in the mouth with a closed fist.
Next Judge Judy.
Thursday at 5, only on ABC7.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is February 2nd, 2023. It is also Groundhog Day. Happy Groundhog Day, everyone.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a live picture coming from where they're celebrating Groundhog Day big time out there in Pennsylvania. Each year, people flock to Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to await the forecast from a local celebrity. We'll know if there will be 6 more weeks of winter if Punxsutawney Phil sees his shadow this morning. It's a tradition that originated with German settlers who came to Pennsylvania back in the 1700s and brought their superstitions with them. The first Groundhog Day festival was actually held back in 1887. As you can see there right now, they're launching fireworks there in Pennsylvania, which I'm sure is really making people happy that are trying to sleep in there. But it's just part of the celebration. They have thousands of people there on hand, and throughout the morning we'll check back in there and see what's going on there. And Punxsutawney.
We had a brief story about it yesterday, and like at least 3 times the amount of the population it comes there to, oh, cool, they put Phil's name in the sky.
I'm not sure how they did that.
That is cool. Okay, well, on this day in history, in 1852, the first public flushing toilet was opened in London. And now I'm just thinking, did I finish my sentence before I started that sentence?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
That's what type of day it is.
Yeah.
Well, in 1653, the city of New Amsterdam, which is now New York City, was officially incorporated. In 1990, apartheid began to crumble in South Africa as the country made a dramatic concessions to the black majority by lifting a ban on the African National Congress and promising to free Nelson Mandela.
Today's birthdays include singer Shakira, who is 46, model Christy Brinkley is 68, still looking beautiful as ever. Singer Graham Nash from Crosby, Stills & Nash is 81, and country singer Blaine Larson is 37.
Did you hear the latest hot gossip about Shakira?
No.
She found out her partner was cheating on her with the jam in the jar because she knew her partner didn't eat jam. And she noticed there was a little bit of jam left in the jar.
Who's been eating my jam?
Right. There's been a lot of great memes from that sense. But I'm sorry, Shakira. Happy birthday.
I feel bad for her.
Yes.
Hey, the weather, what can you say? It's just going to be dangerously cold. Need to take it serious, folks.
Yes.
Not only for ourselves, but for our pets, too.
Right.
It's really a time to start thinking about them because if you're cold, they're cold. And you may want to bring them inside.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe not the cows and the horses and things like that, but think of them too.
Right. Yeah, easily they will die if they're left outside overnight these next few days.
Yeah.
All right, here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have a wind chill warning in effect now. This is the highest alert for cold weather expected as we are dealing with wind chill values later on that will be reaching 55 below in some spots, if not worse. So this will be moving in very soon, especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. On top of that, though, we also have a winter storm watch on the northern ends of the state until 7 p.m. Saturday. Not so much for accumulating snow, but blowing snow will be expected, though, with any snow that falls in the northern ends of the state, at least through Saturday evening. And also gale warnings now in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday along the coast. And this right here is a freezing spray warning also in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday, as the cold weather and the wind will be causing some ice to accumulate on shore from courtesy of the ocean. So lots to break down here this morning. But otherwise, though, we're quiet for now. The next system is off toward the north and west. It will be moving in our direction soon, so we'll be dealing with increasing clouds today. It starts to pass through overnight tonight and parts of tomorrow. And once it passes through, our lives will really change with colder temperatures on the way. For now, we'll be okay today. We'll see increasing clouds today in general, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Very cold out there. It is very cold out there. You want to bundle up today. Things are supposed to get warmer, but it was down into like the single digits when I came in, too.
Right. We won't be doing the community calendar tomorrow because it's best just to stay home this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so football fans, the big question of the offseason has been answered. Tom Brady took to Twitter to announce his retirement from football again. The NFL great said his retirement this time is for good. He briefly retired after last season, only to return to Tampa Bay Buccaneers for one more season. On February 1st, 2022, when Brady first announced his retirement after 22 seasons in the NFL, he said, "I'm not going to make that competitive commitment anymore." 1 month later, Brady unretired and said he was returning to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs struggled much of the season, including losing 5 of 6 games for a stretch in September and October.
Morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. Like, you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me.
All right, and coming up in sports, Tyler Cruz will have all the details. We'll be right back.
Before and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub over tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your friends.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with the big news on Wednesday morning. Tom Brady officially announced his retirement exactly 1 year after he first called it quits. The NFL great said his retirement this time is for good. He briefly retired after last season, only to return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 1 more year. The Bucs struggled for much of the season, including losing 5 of 6 games for a stretch in the early part of the year, September and October. But nevertheless, Brady will go down as one of the best quarterbacks and professional football players ever, if not the best. With 7 Super Bowl championships, 6 of them right here in New England. He actually kicked off the Patriots dynasty with his first back in 2001, and his last championship coming with Tampa in 2020.
Morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. I think you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me.
All right, now I could go on and list all of my favorite Brady moments, but I'd take up all the time we have left in the show. So now let's move on to some hockey up in Orono. The Maine Black Bears swept Providence over the weekend, and a huge thanks to goalie Victor Osman, who put on a performance to remember. Ryan Sudol has more.
We need to be trying to play our best hockey at the end of the year. In order to do that, we have to get a little bit better every day. We did that last weekend.
On Friday and Saturday, Maine men's hockey completed their first sweep of a ranked team this year, taking down number 17 Providence in 2 games at the Alphon.
It was special to do that, especially at home this weekend. And it's hard to beat any team in this league, and it's a lot harder to beat them two nights in a row.
A big part of it was the performance of junior goalie Victor Osman. He allowed 2 goals over the 2 games, including a 52-save shutout on Saturday.
I'm just trying to stay in the moment and stop the puck.
It's kind of all coming together. It's his 3rd go-around as a junior now, and he's starting to get comfortable with the league and the shooters and everything. It's just a day-by-day process.
A process which has paid off huge. He's allowed around 2 goals a game this year compared to 3 last year. Head coach Ben Barr says it all comes down to a harder work ethic.
He's working harder in practice, which in turn is paying off in games.
You're not going to be perfect, but you can always control the work ethic. Work hard every day and then just hope for the best.
Even with his work ethic getting so much praise, Osman says his defenders were as big a part of the shutout as he was.
I can trust them, and I think that reflects our game in the defensive zone.
His teammates were right there with him, so he can play with confidence.
We all know that we all trust each other and that we're going to do our jobs.
And the Black Bears will need everyone to do their jobs this weekend. They play another ranked slate at home, starting with number 3 Boston University on Friday.
We can't stop being aggressive just because they're a skilled team. They can make plays, so we just got to shut them down early and don't give them the time and space.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what the Black Bears can do Friday against BU. Let's stay on the ice here. It was a huge girls hockey tilt at Penobscot Ice Arena on Wednesday. Pioneers looking for their 7th straight win. Pioneers, the number 2 team in the North, taking on Cheverus, number 1 team in the South. Will start in the first period. Pioneers up 1. Michaela Talbot, a perfect pass over to Marina Friedman. She ties things up at 1. Still in the first, Pioneers trying to retake that lead. Megan Delahanty's going to get it through the 5-hole, but what a play from Briella Doherty to save the day. Later on, though, Penobscot would get their revenge. The captain, Emma McNeil, going through the defense, fires the wrister. She beats Ellie Skojnakovic, 2-1 Pioneers. Second period, Paige Oakes forces the turnover, fires the shot. She makes it 3-1. Penobscot would finish this one off a 5-2 victory, and yet another victory for them. All right, let's go to the hardwood now for some hoops coverage. Doubleheader in Red Barry Gym. Bangor and Hamden going at it. We'll start with the girls. Second quarter, Bangor up. Tegan Atherley finds Taylor Coombs here. She is money from the corner. Drains the 3, all 3 of those. Broncos now still in the second quarter. Bella McLaughlin, she's going to answer right back with the 3-pointer of her own off the dribble. Rams were up at the half. Third quarter, Emmy Streams to Cassidy Ireland in the corner. It's a 3-party over here. She drains one of her own. And then the future polar bear, Abby Quinn, too strong with the left. Bangor wins this one 57-25. Moving on to the boys' side of things right now. Broncos looking to take their 3rd straight win, and the Rams are trying to defend their home court. We'll kick this off in the first quarter. Connor Boone to Matt Holmes, over to Ryan Ford. Sweet turnaround Jay off the glass. I think he called bank right there. Then it's the Broncos. Zach McLaughlin, pull up mid-range, rattles that one home. And then here he is again, getting to his spot, rising over the D and getting the jumper to fall. Nice shooter's roll right there. And then check out this play, this effort from J.J. Wolfington. Dives out of bounds to save that ball. That floor is not soft. And then he's going to get it back on the break and bury the triple. He is pumped, rightfully so. Hamden wins 70-34. All right, now we go to Orono now. Maine women's hoops trying to pick up a win against Bryant. We will start in the second quarter. And here is Adriana Smith. She's driving, takes the defense out of their shoes with the fake. She gets the lay-in to fall. Later, Bryant sticking it in. This is going to go to Lucy Castagne, to Mariana Plains. Fortuny, who nails her pull-up jumper right there. But it would be all Black Bears from that point on. Here is Abby Lawrence to Sarah Talon. Over to Caroline Bornman. She pulls up, nothing but net from 3. Black Bears roll in this one. They win 66-43. All right, and the Black Bears and Bulldogs also going at it down in Rhode Island. We'll start this one in the first half. Maine looking for their 4th straight win. Bryant with the ball. It's Charles Pride. He sends it outside to Sheriff Gross Bullock. He drills the 3-ball for the Dogs. End of the first. Maine on the break after the steal. Fofo Adetogan. He finishes the job with the lay-in. And then the Black Bears with it still. This is going to be Getty Yusupaitis out to the freshman. Jaden Clayton. He is money from the outside. Maine trailed by 1 at the half, but the Bulldogs were too much in the second. Pride sends it to Earl Timberlake. He slams it home. Bryant ends Maine's win streak. 71-53 is the final. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Living in Maine, many things stick with you throughout your life. If you're far from home or you're missing those things, then Box of Maine is for you. Shipping nationwide for corporate businesses or individuals, Box of Maine gives everyone their own personal taste of our great state. And a portion of every box we sell goes directly to local nonprofits. Have you visited the gift shop yet? Filled to the brim with everything you find in our boxes, you can pick what you need or even create your own box. Stop by for perfect Maine gifts today at Box of Maine.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
Well, the markets kick off the new year with a bang, and pets are now feeling the sting of inflation.
Fox Business Network's David Asman has these stories and more in today's Fox Means Business.
A good day and month for your 401k. Stocks rising on the final trading day of January. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all closed higher. And it was a good month for the markets, too, despite some volatile trading sessions. In fact, the Dow and S&P 500 had their best January since 2019, and the NASDAQ saw its biggest January percentage gain since 2001. While stocks were rising in January, shopping sentiment was falling. It was expected to be up, but the Conference Board says consumer confidence dropped thanks to a growing number of people who expect things to get worse in the coming months. And it looks like inflation is having a negative impact on our furry friends as well. More than a quarter of pet owners tell the company Policy that they have had to refuse necessary medical care for their pet because of financial reasons. And sadly, more than 1 in 5 say they've had to rehome a pet in the last year. The high cost of living was the biggest reason why. That's business. I'm David Asman.
And if you want to get rid of a pet, just ask Emma. She'll gladly take it over to her house. So.
I know. I need to adopt a cat. Well, now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have wind chill warnings in effect lasting until Saturday evening at about 7 p.m. as we'll be dealing with wind chill values that can reach up to 55 below or reach down to 55 below at times in a few spots. So, and on top of that, we also have a winter storm watch until 7 p.m. for the northern ends of the state. Not so much for accumulating snow. They'll only see about an inch in these areas, but it'll also be because of blowing snow expected as a result. We also do have gale warnings in effect along the coast until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday. And this right here is a freezing spray warning in effect until 4 p.m. The winds will stir up the water here and it will cause it to splash on shore and freeze as a result. So we're going to be watching for colder temperatures that will be moving in later on tonight, especially throughout the daytime tomorrow. So throughout your Friday and especially Friday night, air temperatures can reach down to 30 below in a few spots, especially further off towards the north. So it'll be rather cold in those spots. For the same time frame, we're also going to break down the wind chill values, which will get rather dangerous. Look at this right here. We'll be dealing with wind chill values by early Saturday morning, possibly 50 to 60 below in some cases. Very dangerous air. This will be limit time outside and try to stay inside as best you can kind of weather. If you have to go outside, definitely make sure to bundle up and limit times outdoors. Even Bangor getting close to 50 below in a few spots. Our average high temperature is supposed to be 28 above zero. We'll reach for the lower 30s today. Only 9 degrees Friday, and that high temperature will be hit early. Will cool off sharply throughout the day. 3 below for the high for you Saturday, but then warming up rather quickly, though, with 30s and 40s on the way starting Sunday through Wednesday. So the good news is this cold spell will be very short-lived. Here's a look at things right now. Just snow off in parts of Canada right now. We're watching the next system that's developing off toward the north and west, located right about in here. It will be tracking off towards the south and east, and that'll bring us the chances for snow later on tonight. Then that big cold stretch that'll be on the way, or that big cold snap that will be on the way, especially as we head towards your Friday. But again, good news is that cold spell will be rather short-lived. So futurecast moving forward for today, increasing clouds will be the general idea. The snow will start to move in later on tonight for the northern ends of the state. Maybe a few flurries in our neck of the woods. The sun will come out for your Friday, but it's just going to be very cold with that gusty north wind reaching up to 40 miles per hour at times. Looks like ocean effect snow developing along the coast as well, moving away from us. But on land, though, we'll be okay with a lot of sunshine. It's very cold, so stay inside if you can. It'll be very chilly as you head towards your Friday and possibly your Saturday as well. Lower 30s today, mostly cloudy with that southwest wind getting up to to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 3 below, mostly cloudy with a few flurries out there. Again, that winter storm watch at the northern ends of the state for 1 inch of snow and blowing snow as well. Southwest wind up to 25 miles per hour. And tomorrow, 9 degrees above zero. That'll be hit early in the day with a partly cloudy sky and falling temperatures as well. Northwest wind at about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, Maryland Monroe Spa's extended forecast. So here we go. So colder temperatures on the way. Friday night, 23 below, wind chill values of around 55 to 60 below in a few areas. Then lots of sunshine for you Saturday, 3 below for the high. But then we improve. Snow shower Sunday, highs in the low 30s and mid 30s on Monday with a slight chance for snow.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Drinkwater's Cash Fuel, Gateway Title of Maine, Lincoln Color Center, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, Rowell's Garage and Car Wash, and Vale's Cakes.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Why are 93% of Sleep Number sleepers very satisfied with their bed? Maybe it's because you can gently raise your partner's head to help relieve snoring. So, you can both stay comfortable all night. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 Limited Edition Smart Bed. Ends Monday.
What are you gonna put me on?
The Deadbeat.
Oh my God, you're putting me on obituaries? Don't you come any closer, I will kill you.
I'm already dead. Fun fact, you're the only one that can see me.
No!
Yep.
No!
Letting babies spend too much time watching TV, phone screens, or tablets could take a toll on their academic success in the future. Researchers studied more than 400 children in Singapore. The parents kept track of their kids' screen time and reported it to researchers. They found that excessive use of screen time during infancy may contribute to poor cognitive skills at age 9. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends putting off screen time until after a child is a year and a half. Scientists say more research needs to be done to fully understand the potential connection.
Yeah, I think a lot of people use it as a babysitter now,
Absolutely.
just kind of like the TV. They park their kid with a tablet or something like that. But
Absolutely.
you have to spend some time in the real world, too.
Right. It's hard to not do it these days.
Yeah.
Yep, I get it. Well, Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. That's all for this hour.
And we'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22.
Yep. Have a great day, everyone.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416. to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of